friends, me again. I really hope you enjoyed our last conversation about music, because guess what? We're back in the deep end. This week, we're talking about being alone. Now, some of us don't like being alone. Extroverted people hate it. You know, like, it's just kind of hard to be sometimes like, I really wish that someone else could be here. But I think it's actually really important to pause and appreciate the fact that we should have the capacity within ourselves to be alone and to be okay in that space. We should be able to do things like self-soothe, or to recognise our self-worth, or find enjoyment, or entertain ourselves without having to rely on other people to meet these needs. For instance, the other day I was feeling quite sad, and so I was like, I'm going to take myself out on a walk. And so I did. I went to the 1,000 Steps here in Victoria, and I didn't do the 1,000 Steps because they're lame and touristy, but I did a lot of the sidewalks, and sorry. And although I wasn't with a single other person there, and everyone else was in couples, and they're wearing their cute little active wear together, I was okay in that space on my own, because I didn't need another person to appreciate nature with me, and I didn't need another person to motivate me to get up that goddamn hill, because I had the capacity within myself to do these things. And I think that's something, I'm still working on it, don't get me wrong, but I think that's something we should always be working towards. If you're sad or upset, you should be able to self-soothe yourself and tell yourself it's okay, or I'll process this later, and be able to continue on with your day. And when you're happy, you should be able to experience the happiness and not need to be like, I'm so happy right now, which I definitely do on a daily basis. Being alone. It's not my favourite space in the world, but I feel that it's something that you can work towards. And then I want to talk about the flip side, being lonely, and how much that sucks. That you feel like there's no one else out there, no one knows how you're feeling, no one has experienced it before. That level of isolation, it can be really hard to get yourself out of. And I feel that that's when we have to take a step back, once again reflecting ourselves and be like, well, maybe I'm not experiencing this, or I'm feeling lonely in this situation, but I respect the fact I have friends or family or someone who cares about me in this other way. And although it's not quite meeting my needs now, I'm all right to wait until it comes along, or to wait to see where it goes. I'm not sure if I explained that very well at all, but I feel that, yes, we feel lonely, but we shouldn't let that define us. That we shouldn't just say, just because I don't have a boyfriend right now means that I'm definitely worthless, which I've 100% said to myself in the past. And it's not healthy, and it's not good, because it completely dismisses your strong connections you might have with your pets, or with your co-workers, or with your friends, or with your family. Why did I say pets first? Doggos are life. What can I say? But yeah, it's just, being alone and lonely can really suck, but enjoying your own company and recognizing that you are capable of doing things on your own. If you want to go out for dinner by yourself, nothing is stopping you from walking, riding, taking the bus or driving, sitting down and ordering food. Nothing is physically stopping you except yourself and saying, ooh, it's a bit weird, or ooh, I don't really want to. But sometimes you need to get out of that comfort zone and say, I deserve a nice dinner. And even if there's no one else here to appreciate for me, damn, is this a nice tofu? And I think the important thing that this will all come down to for me fundamentally is the difference between needing to be with a person and wanting to be with a person. And it's so hard to distinguish the two, but I think it's fundamental to our happiness that we try our best to do so. To need to be with another person is, for me, it's not a healthy headspace, because you're depending on others too much. And sometimes people just can't be there for you. They're busy with their own lives, distance or time is impractical, and you need to be on your own, or you need to be able to look after yourself enough until someone else can help you there. Or if you're a person who may be in a seriously bad headspace or going through some trouble, sometimes we need to be able to be on our own and soothe ourselves, because we can't expect our friends or our family to be there for every minor issue. It's not that they don't want to be there, it's just that it's a toll on everyone else around you, and that when you're able to look within yourself to find those capacities, then then it makes it easier for everyone and yourself. Like, we should be, as we're growing older, become more independent. Like, that's just how society works here. And we should be able to look after ourselves to a high and high degree as we age, which is essentially what I just said. Well done, Emma. But I think there's a difference between wanting to be with a person. I feel like that's a really great headspace. Can you imagine that? Like, here you are, like, you have all your shit together, you know what you have in your life, you're looking out for yourself, you're okay by being alone, and you're like, I want them. I don't need them in my life, but damn are they awesome, and I really, really want them. And I think that's exciting to want, but not to need. And that still comes with a whole nother, like, barrel of fish? Barrel of fish. I think it's barrel of fish. But I think there is an important difference. The difference between being alone and being lonely. Anyway, that's all for me, folks. I'll see you soon.